Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So today we are going to be talking about a new eyeshadow palette release. It is the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette. This is a purple themed palette, and you guys know I love reviewing the Naked palettes. They did send this to me in PR, so thank you Urban Decay for sending this over. And you guys know I will always give you my honest reviews. If something isn't good, I will let you know my full thoughts on it. And I'm going to be doing swatches. Two different looks today, one more neutral, which is the one I'm wearing right now, and then one that's more full out purple. So if you guys want to find out my thoughts on this palette and how it applies, then please keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get on into the makeup look tutorial and swatches. Okay guys, so just to give you kind of an overview on the palette and just some info. So this is available right now on Sephora's website and Urban Decay's website. Retailing for $49, which is standard for Urban Decay Naked eyeshadow palettes. And it's going to be in stores at Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, Nordstrom on July 5th. And it will be on QVC.com on July 5th. But right now the two places you can get it are Urban Decay and Sephora's website, and I'm sure most people want to get it at Sephora. So I will link those down below for you guys. So basically the whole theme of this palette is that it's supposed to be pops of purple, and it's supposed to be nostalgic of the 90s, and I am always on board for some 90s nostalgia, and I will do close-ups of the palette so you guys can see what it looks like and the packaging and all that. I really like how they did this marble kind of glitter look on the inside. It kind of reminds me of like the stars or galaxies. It's really pretty, and I like it. It has the snap closure, so similar to the Urban Decay Smoky palette where it had that kind of snap closure. Also similar to a Naked Cherry, which is another one of my favorite palettes. I've used that one so many times. So I was really excited when I saw that they were coming out with a purple focus palette. We have 5 neutral shades. We have this like fun kind of blue shade, which I'm wearing today on my inner corner. And then we really have 6 purple shades and then a little bit of a darker purple shade at the end over here. That one's called Digital. When I opened up the palette, my eyes immediately were drawn to all the shades on this side. I loved seeing all these purple tones, and then of course I like that they do have those neutral shades to tie in the whole naked theme, and also it's great to have a blending shade. I also love that they had the shade Trippin' because I know I will make a lot of use out of that. It's like a satiny, not fully matte, but a nice satin shade where you can blend out your brow bone. You can use it to set your eyelids, so I was very happy to see that. You have your standard nice mirror in here. Also get a dual-sided brush, which I totally forgot to use today. So these swatch really nicely. I found that it doesn't kind of transfer the same on the eye because you do have to wet these, which I will go into more detail when I do my tutorial. So I'm just going to get on into the swatches of this palette. They are finger swatches this time. So if you guys want to see what the swatches of this palette look like, I did it in natural daylight in the sun because it was a lot easier than doing it with the studio lights. Then please keep watching. I'm going to show you guys the swatches. I hope you enjoyed the swatches. Now I'm going to get on into my 2 looks that I created with this palette today. I haven't really done something like this with 2 looks, but I wanted to do, because there were so many colors in here that I was interested in playing with, I wanted to do 2 separate looks. So this is the second one. So right now I'm going to get on into the purple look. Alright guys, so I already primed my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion. I figured it was appropriate because we're using an Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. And then I do see in here, they have somewhat of a matte shade right here. It's called Trippin'. It does have a little bit of a satin finish to it. Let's just put this all over the eye. I'm so excited to play with these colors, these purple shades. This shade is working well. Like I said, it's not a complete matte, but it's good to just set your whole eye. This next shade right here, Mind Slip, is a very light brown. I can't even say brown. It's a tan shade. I'm going to use that in the crease. It's not really going to make too much of a difference, but this is just going to be a very light transition shade. Using a Morphe M441, it's just a fluffy crease brush. And this is just going to help blend everything out, make our other colors go on smoother. So you're probably not going to see this in the final look. It's really just building up colors. And I think that's how you get the best look, is when you build up your eyes. Popping that right into the crease, going back and forth in a windshield wiper motion. I don't even know what look to do first because there's just so many nice colors. I really like the shade in here, VR, which has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's a really fun shade, but I really want to focus on the purple tones over here. And I'm wearing a top that kind of matches and goes along with the whole theme of the palette. If you have shadow shields, you can go ahead and tape off your eyes. I'm just going to use some washi tape that I have here. So I want to take this shade right here, Warning, which reminds me a lot of MAC Stars and Rockets, which used to be one of my favorite MAC shades. That one right there, and I'm going to put that all over the lid. I want to see first how this applies with a dry brush, and then if I need to wet my brush, we'll go in and wet it. A dry brush isn't great with this, so I'm going to go in and wet my brush. Okay, the brush is wet now, so let's see. It's probably going to be a lot better. Yeah, okay. It's a lot better when you wet your brush. So I'm going to actually stop that right here. Definitely a shade you have to wet because the payoff by itself is just not that great. But it is a beautiful color when you wet it. Okay, then I'm going to go in with the shade Euphoric. It's kind of like a lavender. That one right there. And I'm going to put this in the center of my lid. And my brush is still wet. So put that right in the center. Ooh, this is very pretty. And blend it in with the shade we put on. Ooh, I love this color. It's like a pearly purple. Actually comes off way brighter when your brush is wet. I love purples. I'm going to say that 50 times in this video, but they're like my favorite kind of color. Okay, and then I'm just going to keep wetting my brush because these shades seem to perform a lot better when they're wet, in my humble opinion. And then I'm just going to go and do the other eye. Look how vibrant that is. And just blend that into the first shade we applied. I haven't gotten my color done in so long, but I'm trying to make an appointment to touch up my blonde balayage in my hair. So I'm just curious if you guys have been getting your hair done, or if you've gotten your hair done yet, or if you're like on a waiting list to get your hair done. Here, the salons are crazy busy. Like, they are booked up for a month or more because everyone is really wanting to get their hair done after being in quarantine and all the salons were closed. Then I'm going to take the shade Cyberpunk and I'm going to put that right next to the shade we put on over here. Playing with all the shades today. I really want to try to use as many colors as I can. I haven't done a look with this many colors in a really long time. And just blend that into that middle shade we put on. So I hope this will help you guys determine whether or not you want this palette, if you're interested in it. That's really why I like to do these videos, is to help you guys determine if the quality is worth it, if it's something that you need in your collection, is it something you want to create looks with, and you feel like it would be worth it for you. This is blending in nicely. And again, my brush is still wet. Loving these colors so far. Okay, then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with Purple Dust, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to use that to smoke out the outer corner a bit, just so we have something a little bit darker with some contrast to kind of round out the look. And I'm going to go out to the corner, and this brush is not wet. I don't like to do my outer corner with a wet brush. And let's just create a little bit of a V shape. The payoff on this one isn't really that strong. It's good, I guess, if I have a darker color and I don't want it to be too pigmented. I'm wondering if I should do like a neutral look after this that's not purple. So it could be like a 2 looks in 1. And then I'm just moving over to this eye and just doing the same thing, creating a V shape. tape is so helpful because you can really work it in there and not worry about messing up. Just gives you a lot more control. You want to go in with this shade right here, Hacked, and just blend out the crease a little bit. Just gives it a little more blending action. Take my jumbo eye pencil and Milk and just pack that onto I'm going to take my Ciate eye luster. What shade is this? I don't know if it says the shade. It's just the white shade, and I'm going to use this to... Oh man, I'm getting this all over. Do you guys see what I just did? I'm going to have to clean that up with a wet one. I'm going to do some winged liner. This is the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner pen. A wing. And you can use the tape as a guide for your wing. It definitely helps just make it a lot easier. Then I'm just going to add some mascara. I'm not going to put on false lashes with this look because I'm going to take it off and do another look shortly after this. Hydro Boost Plumping Mascara. It is super humid out today, so my hair is, can you tell, insanely frizzy. I tried to curl it today, and that did not plan too well with this humidity, but that's okay. I will gladly take my frizzy hair for the summer instead of being freezing in the winter. So let me know what you guys like better. Do you like better summer or winter? I am a summer girl all the way. I think it's because I was born in August. I love the ocean. I hate socks, coats, boots. I want to be like in my summer wear all the time. Then I'm going to take this shade Cyberpunk. And I'm going to put some on my brush. I'm just going to spray my brush so it gets more pigmentation as my lower lash line liner. For waterline, I'm going to use my NYX Faux Whites in White Smoke. It's like a lavender purple, so it'll go nice with this look. This is my first look. I did purple. I wanted to play with all the purple tones in the palette. It doesn't look as like full complete because I don't have foundation, concealer, highlight, blush, lipstick on because I'm just going to take off my eyes. And when I do my second look, I'll put all that stuff on. It'll look a lot more complete. But just so you guys can get an idea of a look with the purple tones, I really enjoyed using the purple shades. However, I feel like the pigmentation dry isn't that great. You definitely have to wet your brushes to get like the maximum payoff and to show the true shade of the colors. By the way, there is a lot of construction in my neighborhood right now, so if you hear hammers, I'm sorry. They're like building a wedding catering hall or something. The dark shade was a little bit definitely harder to blend out. It was a little bit more on the dustier side, I guess because the glitter, but I definitely like using those lighter purple shades. Warning, Cyberpunk, and Euphoric. Those three were I really like the way that the look came out, and I hope you guys like this too. So let's take the purple look off and then we'll move on to my next look. Okay guys, moving on to look number 2 on the left side of the palette. So I'm going to pick up Trippin' again and just use this to set my eyelids. I already put Urban Decay Primer Potion on again. I know this is gross, but I have this skin tag over here, like right where my crease is, and it's literally falling off, but I can't pull it off. I know it sounds so gross, but it's just like, it's really gross because I want it off so badly and I can't get it off. So I'm not sure what to do. I think I heard you can use apple cider vinegar. Someone said you could like put a thread around it, but the thought of that freaks me out, so I'm just like waiting for it to kind of just come off on its own. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Hacked, which is more of a cool tone brown transition shade. This one, I'll use this one now to be our transition shade. I actually really like that Mind Slip transition shade we used in the first look. This one's just a little bit more cool toned. This is a Wet n Wild crease brush. This shade Lucid is so pretty. It's like this blue color, but it's definitely more sheer. So if you want to use it, I would probably use it with a base. So maybe like a light blue eyeshadow or the NYX jumbo eyeshadow pencil. I'm gonna wet my brush again in with the shade right here, Dazed. I'm gonna use that for the first portion of the lid, so I'm going to use that right here. And this is a pretty like amber gold kind of color. Then I want to take this shade VR, which is that really fun, funky duochrome right there. I'm going to put this on the rest of my eye. This is another shade. I feel like all these shades you really do need to wet your brush. So wetting my brush and just going all over the lid. This color is really cool because it has that like blue shimmer to it, bluish green shimmer. And just blend it into that shade Daze that we put on before. I actually really like these two colors together. A little bit of a shimmery pop to it, which just makes the look a lot more fun. Back into Hacked. And just use that to blend out the outer corner. Then I want to use that blue shade, so I'm going to take my NYX jumbo eye pencil and go a little bit on the inner corner, and then also a little bit onto the first fourth of the lid. Take a little small brush like this. I'm going to wet my brush again, Lucid, which is that fun blue shade, which I've been dying to play with. And we're going to put that right on top of the jumbo eye pencil. And then blend it in. And it's just going to give a really fun, funky effect to the whole look. How fun is that inner corner? And then I want to incorporate a little bit of the purple back in there. So I'm going to just take a little liner brush like this into the shade of Warning, which is that shade that reminds me a lot of MAC Stars and Rockets. And I'm going to use this to line my lower lash line and just connect it to that blue shade. I love doing neutral eye looks and then having pops of color on the lower lash line, like a purple. I just think is so fun to just jazz everything up. I'm going to go in with my lavender blush, NYX Faux White eyeliner pencil. This one's a little different than the one I used before. Do something a little different. I'm going to take this brown liner. This is from House Laboratories. We got this in a BoxyCharm, and I'm going to use this to line my wing liner just because I want to do something a little bit not as harsh as black. Okay, so mascara, I'm going to use the Essence Lash Princess. This is the waterproof edition. I have not used this as much as I should, so I wanted to give this one a go. So it's the same exact brush as the OG Lash Princess, just in waterproof, which is perfect for summer. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put on my foundation, concealer, blush, all the essentials, and then I will come back and kind of show you guys the completed look and do a little quick wrap up on the Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette. So I will be right back. Okay guys, I am back and I finished up the rest of my face, and not gonna lie, I think I actually might like the second look a little bit more than the first one. I like having the neutral lid with a little bit of shimmer, the inner corner with the blue, and then the pop of purple. I don't know, something about it I just really am enjoying, even though I did really like the first look too. Just something about this one feels really summery to me. So overall, I really like this palette from Urban Decay. New Naked Ultraviolet. I like the fact that you do have the neutral shades in there, and I didn't expect this to be a full-on purple palette because this is called Naked, so there has to be neutral shades in here. So that's not really a surprise, and we shouldn't really, I guess, expect it to be a full purple palette just for that reason. And I like all the purple shades in here. I like how we have this blue like chilling in the middle as a little kind of random shade. Just something about it is really fun. And I love the well, there's 5 purple shades really. I didn't use the darker shade Digital right here, but that one I guess you can consider more purple. So overall there's like 6 out of 12 shades in here that are purple, so I do think it's a good balance. Purple Dust, I mean the name is pretty appropriate, Dust. I did find it to be a little bit dusty, but these shades, Warning, Cyberpunk, and Euphoric, I really liked. I did not get a chance to use Optimize yet. It's that lilac matte shade, so I'm looking forward to trying that one out. Like I was saying before, these shades dry, they're just okay. I don't think I would use this palette dry, except the matte shades in here. Nice for blending, but I really recommend any of the shimmer shades. You really should wet your brush to get the max payoff. I do really like the variety of shades in here. I like the selection in here. I like that I can do neutral with a little bit of pops of purple, or I can go full on purple like I did in the first look. So I do think that this is a really great palette. It really like calls my attention and kind of jumps out at me because I love purple shades so much. So I do think it's a great palette. I do think it's worth it if you guys want to try it out, if you don't mind wetting your brush for the shades. Really liked this shade VR, the one that I have on my lid today. It is so pretty and unique, and I love that kind of duochrome where you don't know what color it's going to be when you shift your head. So I really enjoyed using this palette. I thought the quality was really nice, definitely on par with other Urban Decay palettes for sure, and I am a big fan of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I definitely recommend it if you like purples, if you like neutrals, if you're just an overall fan of the Urban Decay formula, then you will really enjoy this palette. Go to the store, swatch it, see what you think. Hopefully my 2 looks helped you guys decide if you wanted to purchase this. It is available right now on the Urban Decay website and the Sephora website. I will link those down below for you guys. So that is my little review and tutorial. First impressions. I'm definitely going to keep using this palette and play around with it more when I do my next few looks over the next few days. But so far, first impressions, I really enjoyed it, and I liked creating different looks with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review and tutorial on the new Urban Decay and Naked Ultraviolet palette. And that is it. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!